Welcome back. Imagine a machine so powerful, so bold, and so outrageously overbuilt that it doesn't just conquer the road. It erases the idea of a road completely. A vehicle that looks like it drove straight out of a military black project, but wrapped itself in luxury so refined it rivals private jets. At first glance, it feels impossible, like something that shouldn't exist, but it does. And once you see what it can do, you'll understand why people are calling it the apex predator of off-road luxury. This is the 2026 Toyota HyperFortress 6x6, and nothing about it is normal. At its core, this machine isn't just an SUV. It's a statement, a declaration that limits, terrain, weather, distance are just suggestions. Built on a heavily re-engineered platform, the HyperFortress takes everything you thought you knew about off-road vehicles and stretches it far beyond reason. 6 wheels. 3 axles. A stance so wide and planted that it looks like it could crush anything beneath it without even noticing. But here's the thing. The wild design is only the beginning, because what makes this vehicle truly terrifying is what you don't see at first. From the front, the HyperFortress carries a design language that feels both futuristic and brutally functional. The grille is massive, armored, and sculpted with sharp, aggressive lines that seem to cut through the air even when standing still. Slim LED light bars slice across the front like glowing blades, giving it a presence that feels almost alive. And yet, every line, every vent, every curve serves a purpose. The body panels aren't just for looks. They're engineered with advanced composite materials designed to handle impacts, extreme temperatures, and relentless abuse. This isn't something you worry about scratching on a narrow trail. This is something that dares the trail to try. But that's not even the most shocking part, because beneath that armored skin lies a drivetrain system that redefines traction entirely. 6-wheel drive isn't just a gimmick here. Each axle is independently controlled, with torque vectoring that constantly analyzes terrain in real time. Mud, sand, rock, snow, it doesn't matter. The system doesn't react. It predicts. It distributes power with such precision that even when 1 or 2 wheels lose grip, the others instantly compensate. And what happened during testing surprised everyone. In conditions where traditional 4x4 vehicles struggled to even move forward, the HyperFortress didn't just climb, it accelerated. Steep inclines, loose gravel, deep water crossings, it handled them like they were flat pavement. But how does something this massive actually move with that kind of confidence? That answer lies in its heart. Under the hood, the HyperFortress is rumored to house a hybrid twin-turbo V6 paired with a high-output electric system. Combined, it produces an astonishing amount of torque, delivered instantly thanks to electric assist. This means no lag, no hesitation, just raw, immediate power the moment you touch the throttle. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The electric system isn't just there for performance. It plays a crucial role in low-speed crawling, allowing precise control when navigating tight, dangerous terrain. Imagine inching over sharp rocks or through narrow canyon paths with millimeter accuracy, while still having explosive power ready at any second. But the real reason this machine exists is something very few people know. It wasn't originally designed just for luxury buyers or adventure seekers. The HyperFortress concept was born from extreme environment mobility research, vehicles that could operate in remote, hostile areas where failure isn't an option. Think deserts where temperatures melt metal, or frozen landscapes where engines refuse to start. And that DNA is still inside it, which explains why its suspension system is unlike anything you've seen before. Instead of a traditional setup, the HyperFortress uses a fully adaptive air suspension combined with hydraulic articulation. Each wheel can move independently to an extreme degree, keeping the vehicle level even when the ground beneath it is anything but. Picture this. One side of the vehicle climbing a jagged rock formation, while the other remains steady, balanced, almost calm. No violent tilting. No loss of control. Just smooth, calculated movement. And just when you think it can't get more advanced, the system can actually raise or lower the entire vehicle depending on the terrain. High clearance for rough ground, lower stance for stability at speed. It transforms itself, constantly adapting. But let's step inside, because this is where things take an unexpected turn. You'd expect something this rugged to feel raw and mechanical inside. Harsh, minimal, functional. Instead, it feels like stepping into a futuristic lounge. Premium materials cover every surface: leather, brushed metal, carbon fiber accents. Ambient lighting glows softly, creating an atmosphere that feels more like a high-end hotel suite than an off-road beast. The seats, fully adjustable, climate-controlled, and designed for long-distance comfort in the harshest environments. Even the rear passengers get a level of luxury that rivals flagship sedans. But that's not even the most surprising detail. The cabin is almost completely silent. Thanks to advanced sound insulation and electric drive assistance, the usual noise of a powerful off-road machine is reduced to a distant whisper. You're gliding over terrain that would shake other vehicles apart. And inside, it feels calm, controlled, almost unreal. And then there's the technology. A massive central display controls everything, from terrain modes to suspension settings. But unlike typical systems, this one uses AI-assisted driving intelligence. It learns from your behavior, your routes, your preferences, and adapts. It can suggest the best driving mode before you even realize you need it. And what happened when drivers tested this feature in extreme environments completely changed expectations. Instead of reacting to obstacles, the system began anticipating them, adjusting power delivery, suspension, and traction before the driver even noticed the change in terrain. Felt less like driving, and more like partnering with the machine. But here's a detail that most people completely overlook. The HyperFortress isn't just built to go anywhere. It's built to stay there. Hidden within its design are features meant for extended off-grid survival. Integrated power systems, advanced filtration, even modular storage solutions that allow it to function as a mobile base. This isn't just transportation. It's independence. And that brings us to something even more unexpected. Despite its size, power, and capability, the HyperFortress is surprisingly efficient for what it is. The hybrid system allows for reduced fuel consumption during long journeys, especially in low-speed or urban scenarios. It's a strange contradiction. A machine that looks like it belongs in a war zone, but can quietly cruise through a city with surprising composure. But wait, because the most insane feature hasn't been revealed yet. As development progressed, engineers pushed the concept even further, introducing a feature that sounds almost unbelievable. Advanced terrain scanning. Using a combination of sensors, cameras, and predictive algorithms, the HyperFortress can map the terrain ahead in real time, not just visually, but structurally. It understands the shape, density, and potential hazards of the ground before it even reaches it. This allows the vehicle to adjust itself proactively.
Suspension.
Power distribution, even steering sensitivity, all optimized before impact. And what happened when this system was pushed to its limits? It managed to navigate routes that human drivers alone would have avoided entirely. But here's the twist. Even with all this automation, the HyperFortress never takes control away from the driver. Instead, it enhances their ability. It makes impossible routes feel manageable, and dangerous terrain feel controlled. It doesn't replace skill. It amplifies it. And that's what truly sets it apart. Because in a world where vehicles are becoming more automated, more detached, the HyperFortress brings you closer to the experience. It doesn't isolate you from the environment. It gives you the tools to dominate it. But as we approach the end of this journey, there's one final detail that changes everything. The HyperFortress isn't just about capability. It's about presence. Wherever it goes, people notice. Not just because it's big, not just because it's rare, but because it feels unstoppable. It represents something deeper, a shift in what vehicles can be. Not just machines that take you from point A to point B, but machines that redefine what those points even mean. And maybe that's why it feels so fascinating. Because it blurs the line between utility and imagination, between reality and something that feels almost unreal. So the next time you see a road, a mountain, a desert, ask yourself this: Is it really a limit? Or is it just waiting for something like the HyperFortress to prove it isn't?